Says, Pop and Blake, please share. I made it a point to take a daily dose of red pills because I got tired of them for suppositories. For example, I was an E5 stationed at Cherry Point and a loadmaster on C9s. As a recruiting tool one year, our unit would take the silent drill team and the Marine Corps drum and bugle corps to high schools around the U.S. and perform during the football halftime shows. So we flew to Virginia, picked up these highly trained E2s and E4s, a handful of staff NCOs, and obligatory O3. 150 jarheads, about 20% women, and all their gear were on our way to small city flyover state USA. The halftime show was rather stunning from the local high school marching bands starting off. Bugle Corps, second and drill team third. Sorry, font's a little small here, hard to read. Those of us aircrew tried to blend in to the football crowd in our urban camouflage, but were unsuccessful. We were being swarmed with high school jailbait, single mothers, and some not so single mothers for our time and attention. Girls this good looking wouldn't even looked my way when I was in high school. Add a few years, 20 pounds of lean muscle, and along with the frame of the halftime show / celebrity status, and we almost needed a security team. Don't get mad, disgust, nor be ignorant of the sexual marketplace. Understand it so it doesn't kill, destroy, or devour you. Overused phrase. It is what it is.
He's correct.
After the show and being aircrew, I had keys to one of the 15 passenger vans. I took 3 van loads of young jarheads to a local venue. You can stuff an ass load of jarheads in a 15 passenger van. This was the largest designated driver responsibility I have ever had in my life, now 65 in all. It was my duty to make sure a bunch of drunk poles and holes made it back to the hotel. I was in Sergeant Protect the Troops mindset, so I sat myself in a dark corner near the dance floor and observed. No fights tonight would be a very good thing. After getting through my second Pepsi, a young 6.5 came over to me and said, "You don't look like you're having a good time." I'm thinking to myself, I'm on duty, and it didn't even cross my mind this woman was hitting on me. I told her, "No, I'm having a great time." She looked confused and walked away. About 20 minutes later, another woman approached me and said, "You don't look like you're having a good time." For which I responded the same. "No, I'm having a great time." And again, it didn't cross my mind that I was being hit on. Then it kept happening about every 15 minutes or so, and each woman that was better looking and sexier than the last until it was all 9s and 10s approaching me. Holy shit, 9s and 10s getting pissed when you don't give them what they want.
Yeah.
I'm still in duty mode, and I didn't realize I was getting hit on and not very red pill aware. All I could think of was, how odd is this? Why do they keep saying the same thing? With red pill awareness, each woman I rejected, my value increased and the perception of their minds of the women that were watching me. It was nearing 1:30, and the venue population was clearing out. So I made my way over to the bar table with another Pepsi to wait for closing. I struck up a conversation with the cute woman who was sitting at the bar. So instead of shouting across the table, I told her, "Join me." Not realizing I was being an alpha by telling her what to do, she enthusiastically complied. She was there with 4 girlfriends, and she was the designated driver. So we laughed about how we were both babysitting tonight. We walked to the door together. At last call, I told her to go get her car and park it next to mine while we waited for our passengers. Again, not realizing I was being an alpha. She enthusiastically complied. By 02:30, the venue staff had locked the doors and left, leaving only 2 of us and our vehicles in the parking lot. I had an uncomfortable feeling, realizing there was a good chance of a few Marines I took to that bar were getting balls deep in her friends. I said to her, "I guess your friends all found rides tonight."
That's what you're calling it.
Yep. Knowing what I meant, she squirmed a bit and she looked at her feet. "Yeah, it looks like they did." The early morning turned into an impromptu date. I parked the van over at the hotel again, and then we went to get something to eat in her car. After that, she drove us to the park with a small river running through it. She tells me she loves to come here alone when she needs to unplug. She was very cute, and we did have a connection. She was also intelligent, which is a weakness for me. At 5'4", 110, hip waist ratio was less than that of 0.7. I could almost touch my thumbs and fingers around her waist. Her braless A-tits didn't even push her thin sweater away from her flat abs as her nipples shone through in the cool fall air.
Ah,
She was a really strong 7 with C's or D's, a 9. I was 6'2" and very lean 190. We eventually got back to my room and I gave her less than a 5 dick. Really, Pop, I promise, less than 5. She behaved as though it was the best sex she had ever had in her life. She laid next to me with her arms and legs wrapped around me, like she was fighting a hurricane from blowing away. Meanwhile, the couple in the other room, one next door, sounded like she was getting the 10+ dick. Yeah,
she's getting stabbed.
Never give more than the 10 dick, man. By the time the sun come up, she didn't want to leave and cried, begging to see me again. I refused because her life was 1,000 miles away from mine, and I had enough red pill sense to never do a long distance relationship again.
Amen.
Perhaps I will do that story sometime. My blue pill logic told me she was clingy and desperate, which needed to be avoided. Red pill logic tells me now she had some genuine burning desire for me because of my alpha behavior that came from the mindset protecting my Marines. I did not simp for her, and she earned every bit of my time and attention. She stepped into my frame, felt safe, protected, and she had nothing but respect and admiration for me. If you pay attention, you can see this in a woman's eyes when she looks at you. She possibly even pair bonded with me in that short time. She was ready to go pack up her apartment and move to North Carolina to be with me. Who knows? She could have been a really good long-term relationship material, but I was at the time a blue pill simp that would have eventually come out. She would have lost all respect and admiration for me over time, and would have a monkey branch to a worthier male. Red pill truths. Women want men that other women want. When a woman is in your frame, she will do practically anything you tell her to. Be responsible with that as evolutionary trait. If you tell a woman to do something and she gets pissed, she is not in your frame. She does not respect you, and likely will never will, or is a feminazi. Either way, walk away. She is not worth your times. Best regards, Iron Riddle.
All right.
It's a good story, man. Good story.
Yeah, I got. Listen, I've done that so many times.
Yep.
I've been there to go pick up all the drunks. Yeah.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.